Well, Jonny Wilkinson, it's February, the sun is shining, the sky is blue. I've often wondered, why do you play rugby down here?
Yeah, you can see today it's a good old example of life in France, but there's a lot more to it than that. I mean, it's a lovely coastline, it's a lovely place, lovely weather, warm and all that, but the culture as well, the rugby, the players, the life, the energy here, it's just it's something a bit special. It's a hell of an experience to play with the guys we get to play with, and to play in the league we do with the support team around and the supporters we have. There's a passion here which was a fabulous idea to come and experience. Yes,
it was a good idea, wasn't it? And it seems to be going rather well. Toulon are top of the French top 14 at the moment. Got a Heineken Cup quarter-final against Leicester as well. So how exciting, and it's just going so well.
Oh yeah, it is, but at the moment we've had a few losses as well, so we've got work to do, and the job's never over. Certainly not. In fact, it's really only just begun. So all the hardest stuff is to come, and that's part of the enjoyment of it. Is the fact that challenge is something you wake up every morning dying to get involved in, the further you go towards the end of the season, you know that the more pressure there is. So it's only going to get harder. But with the team we've got, it's a challenge we're looking forward to facing.
Now we're in the middle of the Six Nations, and for once you're not playing it. Annoyingly, you don't look any older, well, hardly any older, from the day you rocked up as an 18-year-old and began what was a wonderful, wonderful Test career. But you're not playing Test match rugby, but you must be a very interested and excited observer.
Yeah, it's a great tournament to watch. And the longer I've been out the game now internationally, the more exciting the tournament is to me in terms of as a spectator. I'm able to watch it with a bit more distance now and enjoying how England are going, and the kind of stability that they're creating, and with that kind of consistency of their performance is great. But the danger that's posed by every other team in the tournament is obvious from seeing the kind of different results we're getting across the board. It's only just the early stages for England now. 2 out of 2 is great, but all that does is give you a chance, and you only have to look at what France are capable of to know that the danger that rests this coming game.
Well, I was going to get on to France, but just before I do, they beat, this is England, beat New Zealand in November, and the whole world sort of took notice. But it's one thing doing that, and fantastic, great performance, but you've got to back it up, haven't they? And so far, they've done that.
Yeah, it's day by day stuff. It's setting a bar, but then pushing that bar higher. And that's both the bar at the top level, but also the lowest level. You know, what you would accept as a performance. What's the lowest you can go? And if we can get that bar of the worst possible performance England can put out there on their worst day, if that's an 8 out of 10, then you're mixing it with the big boys. And at the moment, England look capable of playing right up there, but they also don't look shaky in any way. So there's a lot of good stuff going on there. Good players, good spirit, good connections, good coaching, good support network, good tactical awareness, good preparation for the games, and long may that continue.
You've played for some great England teams. Obviously, the Martin Johnson-led 2003 World Cup winning team comes to mind, but you also reached the World Cup final 4 years later. So you know a thing or two about what makes good international teams. Nobody's saying this is the finished article, and it is still over 2 years before the World Cup. But are you liking what you're seeing so far? Is everything looking so far so good?
It is, and rugby's quite unforgiving in that way, in that you can string together some great games, but in order to be remembered, like people want to be remembered, you need to keep that going for years. And it's sad because it doesn't take any more effort to do that. You're already giving everything, and it takes everything just to get up for this next game and to try and beat whoever it is. But the slip up is costly. So in terms of keeping going, the longer you keep going, the better it's going to get, the more stable it's going to get. So it's just really a case of committing to the long run and saying that day by day, let's push each other to get better, and keep building. But like I said, we did that over a period of years. But we knew about it when we slipped up. That will happen undoubtedly. No team's perfect like that, and like you said, it's only kind of beginning, and it's a few games under the belt. But just the guys aren't going to lose confidence. The guys are going to keep getting better, and with the players there, it's an exciting situation.
There's a guy wearing the number 10 shirt. The poor guy, Owen Farrell. He's already been called the new Jonny Wilkinson, but he's doing all right, isn't he?
It's exciting what there is to come from him. He's doing a great job, and it's a massive sort of necessary linchpin in terms of how everyone else is functioning. The guy seems to have a huge amount of confidence in what he does, and his mental toughness has been a real example. So yeah, let's not put pressure on the guy any more than he puts on himself, and any more than he obviously knows there is for each game. It's game by game. Let him do his thing. Let him learn at his pace. Let him get better at his pace. As long as it's serving England well, then he's the right man.
You mentioned the French. They come to Twickenham on Saturday, and you know a lot of the players. You've played with, you've played against, you played against France so many times. So nobody's better to talk about them really than you. Of course, if you look at what's happened in the Six Nations, England played 2, won 2, France played 2, lost 2. Easy peasy for England.
Yeah, there's few bigger mistakes to make than to you know to take France light-hearted and in a light-hearted fashion. England aren't going to do that, but France are capable of beating anyone. The fact that they haven't done it for 2 games doesn't mean it's any less likely this weekend. England are capable of beating anyone. The fact that they've done it for 2 games doesn't mean it's any more likely this weekend. Apart from the fact with England, you can say, okay, they look as though they're creating and building towards something. So maybe we can say, you know, that it's going to be exciting to see what England come up with, and we can maybe presume they're going to be at that level. Like I said, I certainly do feel so. But yeah, with France, it almost makes them even more dangerous, the fact they haven't been there. You know, there's been some stick in the papers out here for the guys, and the backlash could be on. But there's no way England are going to under-prepare for this game. Now,
the final thing, Johnny, I just wanted to mention is that you're famous for being, you know, throwing yourself into everything that you do. So I'm sure your guitar playing's pretty good at the moment. Your French isn't too bad. Your rugby's not too shabby either. But you've also decided, because you're not busy really, are you? You decided to launch your own range of clothing as well. Tell us why, when, how, what they're called, what the goal is.
My brother and I launched Fineside, our clothing company.
That was in the autumn, was it September?
No, it was about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
We've kept it quite sort of quiet as we've been building. We're into a stage now where we feel, you know, we're comfortable with where we are. And it's been a bit of a journey of ours, from playing sport and being sport people the whole time, and then having that other side of your life, which is kind of connected to sport, but it's also off the field. I've never really felt comfortable is where I stand in that area, and so we've looked into everything about combining the two. You know, it's sort of like a kind of, it's a streetwear, but it's detailed around movement. So everything's geared towards moving, so that you don't become one person and another as soon as you come off the field. And it's been quite exciting. So we've looked massively into that, into all the detailing. It's been an obsession of mine already, with the detailing that goes into the
true to character,
the garment, and all the manufacturing, all the little details we've put in. A lot of hidden stuff as well that we like to sort of just put in there as added extras. But we've had, you know, the factories that we work with are coming back to us saying, what the hell are you doing with this? Because of the way we're pushing it, you know, we're looking to make it work in terms of the way our sleeves are constructed, the way that our hoods are constructed, the way that everything is worked around the body is exciting. So yeah, we're working it around the Six Nations at the moment with a lot of promotional stuff and just getting it out there. But like I said, it's kind of it's a streetwear based around movement as well, so that it's for that kind of active streetwear side that.
And you've got to wear it. You've got to be comfortable wearing it yourself, haven't you? In order to put it out into the market,
Correct.
you've got to. You would want to wear it yourself.
One of the hardest things has been to step back from stop making everything that you would want to wear yourself, because you've got to realise that there's different tastes.
Yeah.
You know, my problem is that I sort of try and make everything that I think would be amazing. You have to realise that not everyone's the same, and to give a bit of freedom. But yeah, I wouldn't dream of getting involved in something that I wouldn't stand up on top of a podium and say, this is me and this is what I'm doing. You know, this is what my brother and I are into. We've created it, and we stand by everything, so we love it, and we're going forward with it. So Fineside in a way for us has become a nice little path slightly off to the side of rugby, but in a way it's kind of all connected to sport and who we are.
Sure, well, we wish you all the best with that. And very finally, you're agonising right now, aren't you, about whether you're going to carry on playing or not? You seem to be playing pretty well to me, Johnny. You're early, what are you, 33?
33, yeah.
Yep.
33
but it's a decision you've got to make, I guess, and maybe you might go to Australia, and you're not worrying too much about that with the Lions, but if you get asked, you wouldn't say no.
Yeah, of course. I don't know if there's anyone out there that would that would mind being called up for something like that. But at the same time, no, like I said, I'm in a great position here. I'm loving my rugby and everything, and I just keep wanting to find out, keep asking myself if I can contribute properly, if I'm happy with my contribution, if the team are happy with my contribution, and if I'm happy with who I am. And like you said, putting my hand up saying this is me. At the time when I put my hand up and say this is me, and the performance is something that doesn't fill me with pride and honour and doesn't get me the respect of the other players and the confidence of the other players, then that will be the time for me. It's not about how long can I go, it's not about whether we can win this, it's just about, is the team better off with me there?
Okay, Jonny, well listen, best of luck, keep on going.
So man, thank you.